I've coached hundreds of guys one-on-one, helping them make their first dollar ever online. I personally make over $45,000 a month in profit in my early 20s. One of the biggest things that I had to learn, it was so difficult to actually understand for myself and for all the people that I've helped as well, is that in order to change your life and get to a new reality, you need to first off completely ignore the current one that you're in right now, your current reality. And most people, they don't get this. They try to act from their current situation, their current reality. They look at their current reality and they let that dictate all their decisions. And then they wonder why their life stays the same. A few people, I know one of you guys who watches this video right now will get to know this video and actually understand this, and actually apply this, and your life will change. When you see people that have these quick, like upcoming stories, they go from nothing to 10K a month quickly. When you look at my story, I went from zero to making my first $10,000 a month in high ticket sales within 3 months of getting into this industry. You hear the result, you hear the outcome, you're like, oh wow, that's amazing. Or some of you guys might think it's a scam or it's BS, whatever. What you don't see is what had to happen internally, the internal work that I had to do to actually get to that point. And that's what this video is going to be about. What needs to happen internally for yourself in order to actually get those results that you want. Because most people don't understand this. They think that they can just sit in their current situation, the current income that you have, the current level of freedom, the current bank account that you have, your current comfort zone. You can just act from the same place and change your life. The truth is that, let's say you're here right now. This is your current situation. You're making, let's say, between 2 to 5K a month in a normal 9 to 5. Maybe you were trying to make money online in the past, haven't really succeeded with it. Your goal is making 10K a month plus, getting freedom, be able to travel, be able to live kind of the life that I've been living over the last couple of years, be able to travel around, work remotely, be able to really explore life to the fullest, be able to eat whatever you want for dinners, be able to maybe give back to your family, all that stuff, okay? If this is the case, that you're here right now, you want to get here, obviously, in order to go from here to here, we need to change how we make decisions, right? You can't do things the same way we've always done stuff and get new results. It's pretty basic stuff, right? It's like I think Albert Einstein says this, like, the definition of insanity is doing things the same way and expecting a new outcome. If we want to change, we also need to change how we make decisions, right? That's the fundamental thing. But then the next step is understanding that if you're here right now and you want to get up to here, that only happens when you stop looking at your current bank account, your current situation, and letting that dictate your decisions. Most people I talk to right now, especially younger guys, they have this mental block. You have this like thing in your head where you're like, okay, I'm going to break out of my current situation. I'm going to make more money. But right now, I don't have an abundance of money. Right now, I'm scared to take risks. Or right now, this is what's comfortable to me. Right now, this is how much I'm making. So you use that as a reason for why you can't make change, for why you can't, let's say, take action on your goals because it's scary to your current self, where you can't invest in yourself because you don't have an abundance of money in your current reality. You can't start like taking action on your goals because you don't have enough time right now in your current reality. You see the trend here. You're looking at the current reality, and this is never going to change. The only people that actually make quick changes, they completely let go of the current reality. And obviously, like, given that it's actually doable, like, they use the resources that they have, the time that they have, the money that they have, the mental state that they're in right now, and they make changes with what they got. And that's how they achieve the results. They don't have more time than you, don't have more money, they don't have something that you don't have. And I'm telling you this because I've worked with so many people from like the shitty situations you can imagine. Someone who's less money than you have, less time than you have. They're working like 80 hours per week, and they still manage to make the change. It's not because their circumstances are better. It's because they decide to act no matter of all the excuses that they could have made. So the question here is like, you can either decide, you can two different paths you can take. You can either be the person who's gonna be miserable, be sad, and work a 9 to 5 for a fat boss, not being able to take control of your life, not being able to provide for people around you and give the life that you want to your future partner, future kids, etc. Either that could be you right here. And you're constantly looking at, okay, I can't do it because I don't have enough time right now. I don't have enough money. And you just keep looking at that. Or you can be the person who's going to go out and be like, okay, I'm not in the perfect space right now. I'm not in the perfect spot to achieve, to take action on my goals right now. But in order to make change, I have to just make hard, uncomfortable, and big decisions and kind of, to an extent, kill the old version of me. So no matter it's not the perfect time right now, I'm still going to go out, take action. I'm going to act in alignment with how the version is already successful will be doing. This is what I did. When I was broke living with my parents in Sweden, I literally had, I think it was like, well, basically I had saved up around, it was like around 4K. And I booked a one-way trip from Sweden to Colombia, halfway across the world, just because I wanted to go after my goals. I wanted to just like change the environment completely and just like network with better people, with high level people and people that were ahead of me. There was nothing in my environment telling me like this is going to be the best thing for you to do, or this is going to work out, and nothing like that. I stepped in and I thought myself, what would the version of myself is already successful? What they do right now? And I just did that. I stepped into the uncertainty. I did something that was not guaranteed to work out. That was not uncertain. That was a lot of uncertainty, obviously involved with that. A lot of risk, whatever you want to call it, because I didn't know anyone. I didn't have like a clear plan of like what I was going to do out there. I only had money enough saved up to like his book like a couple of months of accommodation and a flight back. A lot of risk. But by doing this, I stepped into the new version of myself. I acted on that and stepped into that version of me. And I trust that if I take action, if I move into uncertainty, stuff will align. And guess what it did? Stuff aligns when you walk. When you start walking and you just take action and you move, stuff aligns as long as you just keep walking. Same thing if you go to the gym, you take action, you just keep showing up and results come. But it's not, you don't know that from day one. You don't know that you're gonna build all this muscle and get in great shape day one. Like, you don't know that for sure. You start showing up, you trust the process, and it works out. But most of you watching this video right now, you're operating here. You're like, oh, it's uncomfortable, it's scary, I don't have more time, I don't have more money right now, and you're using that as reasons to not move from here. Which is why you don't even taking shots at your goal right now. When you start taking shots, and you start trying, and you start like actually going after your goal, taking action, and starting to act in alignment, and ask yourself, what would this version of you that already has with the life that you want, what would they do right now? You start acting that way. You might not see success on the first try, but you will start getting towards this goal. And as long as you just keep going here, everything aligns. Like when I started my whole journey, I did affiliate marketing, I did drop shipping, and I did an agency. I don't do any of that stuff right now. I do high ticket sales right now. But I would have never gotten to this point where I figured out that high ticket sales is the business model for me if I didn't start taking steps. If I didn't at one point invest into getting into a program to learn how to do an agency, and then take a lot of action in that program, and then realize, okay, I actually like doing sales more than running an agency. Getting into sales, investing in myself again, and getting to network and being around high level people, and moving to Colombia, getting the connections that I've gotten right now that's allowed me to make the money I'm making right now. Like, I wouldn't have gone to the point where I'm at right now if I wouldn't have taken action throughout and stepped into uncertainty over and over again. But here's the thing. You never see that from where you're at right now. You don't see that from your current reality. You have to take that step into uncertainty and like trust that gut feeling that you can make it, this belief that you have deep down that you can take a different path. You trust that. And if you just keep acting that over and over again, you will get here. But you need to just completely assume that reality, it's there. That reality where you have the freedom, the abundance, everything, it's already there. You need to act on that belief over and over again, no matter what your current reality says. And that's how you make change. That's how like I went from 0 to 10K per month, because I internally stepped into that version of myself that already done it. And no matter where my life was at, what my bank account said, or anything around me said, I kept acting on that. And that's why my life changed so quickly, because I already stepped into that version of me who'd already done it. And the reality has had to catch up. It's the exact same thing for you as well. So take action on this. You can do this right now if watching this video. Ask yourself, what would be the one thing that the person who is where you want to be would do right now that you're not doing because you're scared, you're uncomfortable, you're looking at your current reality, and you take that first scary, uncomfortable decision. Do that first thing. And that's the first step of many. You just keep doing that and you will watch your life change quickly. It's scary, it's uncomfortable, but that's why most people don't do it. That's why most people not get to a point where they have the freedom and they have the life that you desire. So it's up to you. Who do you want to be? That's it for the video. Hope this is valuable for you. Hope this gives you some clarity. If you want my help to get into the business model I do, high ticket sales, to get trained and coached to actually get into this industry, you can apply for my mentorship below this video. We can call with me, having a quick chat, see if I can help you out, or shoot me a DM on Instagram if you have any questions. And I'll see you tomorrow as always. Take care. Ciao.